This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and it's back! The evilest evil that is ever evilly eviler. Taking all the opponent's turns. Okay, so maybe they didn't quite reprint Nexus of Fate, but they made Discontinuity, which ends the turn, and there's a whole bunch of flavor text in there you can read. When you end the turn, you exile all the spells and abilities from the stack, including this card. A player whose turn it is discards down to their maximum hand size. Damage wears off, and this turn and until end of turn effects end. It is weird. The nonsense you can do with this card, well, hopefully I show you in the video. The simplest application is on the opponent's upkeep. You cast Discontinuity, they don't get a draw step, they don't get an attack step, their turn just ends. But when you play this card on a loaded stack, there's some nutty things that happen. For example, if you can get one of those Rakdos Sacrifice stacks, like you cast like a Shatter the Sky and they pile up their scries from Woe Strider, draws from Midnight Reaper, things like that, Serrated Scorpion Trigger, and you cast Discontinuity, it wrecks them. And it's only 2 mana if you use it on your turn, because let's face it, ending your own turn, not always the greatest, unless you have a certain trigger on the stack, the one that would make you sacrifice Uro. You can't really do that very effectively against Bant or against Rakdos. Anything with Claim or Elspeth Conquers Death, that's a bad idea most of the time, but against Mono Red, they don't always have a solution to a 6/6 that draws cards and gains life very early in the game. The rest of the deck is just about setting it up. One thing with Discontinuity, they do get their untap step even if you cast it in their upkeep. So if you have a Teferi Time Raveler on the battlefield, the opponent just doesn't get to do anything because they can't play any instants. If you have a Wilderness Reclamation, you get to do all kinds of fun stuff on your turn and then use the mana to Discontinuity the opponent's turn. A good example of fun stuff would be to use Tamiyo, Collector of Tales, and go just dig for the next Discontinuity or get it out of the graveyard. Another example is Shark Typhoon. If you have a Shark Typhoon on the battlefield, and then you untap your lands with Wilderness Reclamation, and then you cast Discontinuity, their turn ends, and you have a 6/6 shark to attack them with. So there's a lot of cool options with this deck. The mana base is a bit greedy, because we've got 2 Brazen Borrowers and 4 Growth Spirals as our 2-drops. Thassa's Intervention is a little bit later, a little bit slow, but a very helpful card to making sure that we put these combinations of cards together to cause the opponent maximum pain. Sorry. Punch the microphone cable. Probably caused a noise. I didn't hear it. You probably did. Didn't do it on purpose. I promise. 3 Castle Vantress to try to put together the combos and scry through the deck. 1 copy of Blast Zone to blow up the occasional things. That's it. Shatter the Sky. Don't die. And a Teferi Master of Time. Will we get to 2 extra turns and really do the Nexus impression? Wait and see. Let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. But before I do that, almost forgot something. There's going to be a lot of extra CGB content today. If you're willing to go click some buttons and look for it, check out the description. I have battled Alias V. My side of the battle will be on the CGB Gaming channel. Her side will be on her main channel. It would mean a lot to me if you would check it out. We played some really fun, nonsensical decks. Not this deck. We did not play anything with Teferi in it, but it was a really fun kind of stream that we did on Tuesday to showcase some of the best of M21. So it would mean a lot to me if you would go to her channel, leave a comment that CGB says hi, show that the community is into collabs. The Cool Kids Club, that's a favor you can do for me. Doesn't cost you anything, just a few minutes of time if you want to support the channel and what we're trying to do. And yeah, please go check out her video. There should be a link to it in the description. There should also be a card at the end of the video if you want to finish my video first and then go watch her video. Hopefully it will pop up, take you right over there. So, trying to be accommodating. Now we'll dive in. Let the nonsense begin. Okay, this hand does handly things. Let's go. It looks a little bit slow, but being on the play, I think it's fine. On the draw, I'd be worried. opponent's going to open on Temple of Abandon. I haven't played a deck today that isn't a monocolored aggro deck, and as soon as I fire up this deck, our opponent opens on Temple of Abandon. Conspiracy theories? Grazer. Okay. Whatever the heck this is. What is going on? I suppose we'll go to the Uro plan. We can save Teferi for something to bounce. We've got Shatter the Sky now. Gruul mid-range with a Bonder's Enclave and a 0-3 Pump Fake. We can try to draw a land off the Uro if we do, we get to Teferi. I don't know if that's good. Shatter here. Too much respect for Radha, in my opinion. I'm not sure. I think just Teferi bouncing this is fine. The opponent's not doing much.
If you show remorse, I've got time.
Pretty good draw. We can bounce it again. Or whatever they play, we can bounce it again. Domri. Domri plus for mana.
Nothing like a bit of
They get to attack my Teferi with the Grazer? Okay. Check this out. This is going to be awesome. They didn't even use Domri's ability yet. Bounce the Domri. Oh, I fell an 0-3. And now you didn't do the thing. Now you didn't make the mana for the Radha. Oh. Oh, Chad. Spiteful Bone Crusher Giant.
Now what?
Alright, gamers. Do you think they bring enchantment hate? The thing I never do. The thing I rail against people for. We have Hardcast Shark Typhoon. Because hardcasting a Shark Typhoon and casting Discontinuity to end their turn, creating a 6/6, that's power. The opponent might have a lot of interesting red and green cards, but if they don't blow up the Shark Typhoon, I don't think any of them matter very much. 3 cards in our graveyard, by the way, as we prepare to burrow again and again and again with a Tamiyo to fill the yard. Opponent is either deep in the tank or rage roping. After last turn, I'd understand if they slammed the laptop shut or left the room. We go hit a punching bag. And yeah, full on rage rope. Rage rope confirmed. So what do we want? We want discontinuity.
You have been excellent into the library.
No hit yet. We have Brazen Borrower that we could play. Let's just play this Burrow, get deeper into the deck. There it was. We'd played that first. Oh well. I mean, the game, our opponent time walked us for us. So, game's probably over. Yep, that Spiteful Bone Crusher Giant was the last stand. The last stand. I still might include it because the Brazen Borrower Domri Grazer attack play was so sweet. That's a hand. It does stuff, it draws cards. It's great. It doesn't have Growth Spiral. It's missing the best card in Magic the Gathering right now, but still worth a shot. I don't think we'll have something to borrow. Let's get the tap land out of the way. Two basic planes and a Stonecoil Serpent. Okay. Let's hold off on the Blast Zone. Let's try to hide it for a minute. Play the Uro, get the Temple Garden down. We'll wait for the opponent to put an aura on that thing before trying to borrow it. But they may have, I don't know, they may have a few things to cause us some trouble. We need Teferi. Alright, they say go. We've got double Borrower. We can make a 3/3 snake. Or shark, I should say. I was thinking about this snake. I think that making the shark and blocking them and forcing them to use some of their pump spells and effects, I think that's not bad. Alright, it was white-green all along. What you got? So do we engage here and let the opponent use a pump spell? We could just not block. Attack the opponent instead. It's not like they're putting a lot of pressure on us. Still, it forces them to use their turn, use their mana. Let's see what they do. I've got to learn some more about their deck somehow. I don't know what just happened. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control and double the number of counters on that creature. Now I know. This is a good draw though. Means that they can't protect this Stonecoil Serpent. We can't bounce it that way, but we can bounce it this way.
I'll protect you.
Let's say go. The opponent can't stop us from bouncing their Serpent, so we may as well see if they want to do something to pump it or do more with it. Nope, they do not. Death. Two cards in the graveyard, for those keeping track. We got a Mentor. Where's my Shatter the Skies? That's going to be the next part of the equation. 3/3 located. Could slam the Typhoon. It was pretty effective last time. Does this deck actually run anything to deal with it? Probably not. Let's start with a bounce.
Here we go.
Now that I know it's a Mentor deck, they're a lot less likely to have a ton of amazing instant speed options. So yeah, let's do it. This time ambushing the Serpent might have been really effective with the Teferi on the field, but maybe this is just too good. Too powerful. No.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
Light of frickin' hope! Are you kidding me? The hell is this? Alright. Time to pull out the big guns. I guess keeping that open is fine. Do we keep double white open though? Actually we don't, and I really want to hit Shatter. Green, blue. Plains. White, white. Yeah, okay. Like that.
I would like to ask about any minor anomalies. Seek and find.
Fail. What you got? We'll wait for the next instant speed nonsense. +1/+1 counter garbage. Some of you I know are cheering for this deck right now after these plays. I know you are. It's fine. I'm going to trash talk it because that's what I do. No, what is happening? What is this thing that is attacking me? What is going on? I even put it on the right one. Good job. Boing.
I guess you do not want.
All right, we've got discontinuity now. Let's keep digging for shatter, I guess.
I think you will find my notes helpful.
Still can't hit. All right, we could bring out the Uro, but this goes right through it. So I think what we do is Growth Spiral, and then discontinuity. Do I have enough blue for that? I do. And the opponent will probably move to attacks. They have enough, so let's just do it on their upkeep. If I thought I could counter something with the discontinuity, I would do it differently, but don't think that's the case here. Uh-huh. Have fun with that. You got an 8/8. Another land. So, what do we get back to deal with the 8/8? Well, since we don't have a borrower in the graveyard, it's not going to work. We could get a Teferi, bounce a borrower. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That actually works. That actually works. Leaves our opponent with a Pride Maw in to attack some of our Planeswalkers, but it is what it is. We do get to see another card.
The storied past holds our future.
Right on schedule. Let's try this.
We are flooding. There's no other way around this. The flood is real. I want to see which Planeswalker the opponent wants to attack, though, before committing the borrower. CGB, why didn't you just bounce the Stonecoil Serpent with the Teferi? Protection from multicolored. Face. Oh, okay. What do you want to kill? The Tamiyo or the Teferi? Kill the Tamiyo. Well, they can't pump the Serpent. We could take the bump. But then we might die next turn. But this gives us like 5 more looks. This gives us a lot more looks. The Invigorating Surge could be lethal. Gutsy plays for gutsy times. All we have to do is find a shatter. I mean, there weren't any in the top half of our deck. Another thing that we could do is get a Shark Typhoon, but I'm worried that the Surge is too much. Scourge. Row. See what we find here first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't want to tap a white though. Blast Zone takes this out, right? Maybe I'm gonna want that. White, white, okay. Shatter!
Don't worry, I got this.
Don't want our opponent to know we found it, but I guess we...
Let me aid your research.
Yeah, let's dig for another one. It makes us look desperate. I like that. It might make the opponent make some weird plays. We also get more cards this way. The final Shatter Surprise approaching, and there is a discontinuity down here now, and there's still 2 more in the deck, so we're really close to like the full lockout. Another Mentor, you got it. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Touching all of the permanents, just making my inevitable wrath so much sweeter. They're thinking, he plus Tamiyo. He plus Tamiyo even after the Uro. He didn't hit it. Can't possibly have it. Can't possibly have it. Oh my gosh, apparently we thought all about that, but didn't think about where to put the counter. There you go. You're welcome. Evil! Alright, find discontinuity. Got one. Mark the upkeep. Bring out the Uro. Lock established. Got a little bit scary there for a second. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can do this. 1, 2, 3, yep. Quicken the clock. With the fairy on the field, they can't even play anything on their upkeep here. Let's go get the number 3. Number 4 is still in the deck.
The past is never forgotten.
Down to 15. It's pretty close.
Here goes nothing.
We could dig a little bit more. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we could get one more dig here with Uro as long as we don't tap too much green.
Only time
I
will
have
tell.
learned little here.
Just need to find that last discontinuity. That Brazen Borrower isn't quite it. It would have been if it was 1 card sooner. Alright, these are going to be our last shots at it, but the opponent scoops it up. Apparently getting time walked twice was enough for them. How many cards did we have left? 13. Ugh. It has Growth Spiral, but we can't keep it. Oh, this is the worst feeling ever. On the play, too. Oh my gosh. All we needed was a forest, you guys. Why, deck? Stupid deck. We'll keep this. We'll put you away. Now we know that there's one on the bottom, but we'll probably shuffle it with Fabled Passage well before we get that far. Haha! Spiral. Spiral's still here. Although I don't know if we'll get it that far with it. We'll have to draw a lot of land for it to pay off. Oh, more sacrifice decks. Dreadhorde Butcher, of course. So we can bounce this and ambush it with a Typhoon next turn, so I guess I'll do that instead of the Spiral, since the Spiral isn't very likely to ramp me well anyway. What you got? They might think we shocked just to play the Borrower, so here we go. Butcher is definitely their best card against us, the amount of pressure it applies. So getting rid of it feels good. We have a backup Gutter Bones. We have the land. We can start the Tamiyo train.
Like the phases of the
Let's look for Shatter.
I think you will find my note helpful.
2 Wilderness Reclamations into the bin. How about that? How about that, everybody?
You are setting a bad example.
Bad example indeed. Oven located. And a cat. Wow. Just. So they must have. So the turn they played Butcher, they had 1 mana open. Either they didn't want to expose the cat and they just drew the oven, or they just drew these 2 cards in a row. I don't know, man. I don't understand how people do the things. All right, let's find the Shatter.
Let me aid your reasoning.
Rip. So we play the Teferi, bounce the Priest. Don't let that happen.
Sit this one out.
They could throw it in the oven to stop the draw, but I think they know that Priest is a good enough card that that's not really worth it. I'm going to pay the life here and use the Growth Spiral, but not right away. I'm going to bluff a Brazen Borrower on the opponent. Top 20 cards gone.
I suppose that's how it was
Your
meant to happen.
aggression is noted.
Your aggression is noted. No discontinuities either. Whoa, Strider. Gutter Bones, just ignoring the Shatter. They know I'm digging for it. They just know it's on the bottom of the library. Discontinuity would be good too. What do you guys think? Which one? Feels like I still have to go after Shatter. We could play the Uro first. We have the mana for both afterwards. Or though not discontinuity, actually. Four of each. Let's go for discontinuity and then maybe we still draw Shatter.
I know
Hit.
I noticed this somewhere.
Hit twice. Oh man. Oh man. Okay. See if the opponent wants to play around it with their cat. Nope. Alright, so pass. We'll just do it now. Turn back the clock, buddy. No draw step for you, no attack. Can we get Wilderness Reclamation here and really start to lock it up? Maybe. It happens. All right. Wilderness Reclamation.
I have learned much from my ancestors.
Play that. So now we get to use mana on our turn and then again on theirs. Let's bring out the Uro, because we'll get an attack with it, which I think means that we don't have to worry about claim as much. 3 life, draw. Oh, I actually meant to deselect that to possibly cycle it, but alas. Someone's going Cat Oven now. They may as well, because I'm not going to use Discontinuity on my turn. Let's resolve this first. They can bring back Cat now if they want to. Hey-ya. 3 life and card. Lots of mana. Thassa's Intervention would be quite the hit. Discontinuity, there are now 2 still left in the deck. The opponent wants to get this off the field. Okay, so be it. Let's... we can double Tamiyo here. But that wouldn't... I guess we could... Yeah, if we hit Discontinuity, we're golden. But there's only 2 left in the deck. Let's try. Another great card would be a Thassa's Intervention. If I see that, I'll go for it.
To the library.
There's an intervention. Okay. Now we mark our end step as well.
Every story is an opportunity for new data.
Give me that.
No tale should be discarded.
QQ. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is a total of 10 mana. So I do this for 8. Do we have it? We do not. We actually don't have it. So we'll grab the Teferi and we'll grab the Shatter. Feels bad. Life is hard. They can get rid of the Tamiyo now, and we know that our bottom 8 cards aren't the last few discontinuities. How about Shark Typhoons? Are there any of those left? There's one there. Yeah, there's still a Shark Typhoon in the deck if we need to turn up the pressure. I think even if we don't win, that turn cycle probably put us far enough ahead. Especially the way that the opponent jumped in front of the Uro. Alright, Blast Zone. That's pretty good. Start with an attack. End step stop. Blast Zone. Kill your Oven. Then we can Teferi bounce your Priest in peace.
Trust me, you'll thank me later.
The other thing we could do is try to plus set up a Shatter. The Cat's gonna kill the Teferi. I think that's okay. I'm not too concerned about it. And we do have to keep being mindful of Claim the Firstborn with our Uro. Bring back the Cat, kill the Teferi, probably. Deck has fizzled out a little bit down the stretch here. I guess we did know one discontinuity was on the bottom. I thought by now we'd have hit a Fabled Passage and shuffled, but that just never happened. I say fizzled out, but we still have access to Uro. We have lots of Shatters still available. The Tamiyos are gone, so the graveyard is mostly off limits. Opponent keeps playing out their stuff. They are full of stuff. Alright, let's cycle this, see what we draw. Wow. That's Uro. Okay. Okay then. Our opponent will now scry for a while. So I wish I had brought an Uro out of the graveyard instead of playing the one from hand. Then I could draw a card, still stay safe from flame. But my goodness. We hit a patch of mana at the wrong time. Opponent relentless. Like a good Rakdos deck, I suppose. Hand is empty, no claim. Insight. Also no sack outlet here, although I guess they can bring back the Woe Strider. Yeah, they kept on top. I don't think it's a claim though. They didn't think very hard about that, so I'm gonna put them on no claim. I think all the Tamios are gone. Maybe I don't have to think too hard about this Uro. There's a Typhoon. Alright. And our opponent's at 10. Yeah, that Typhoon should be just fine. Look at that graveyard action, though. Was it a claim? Were they that slick that they just kept that claim on top? Nope. 13. Hiya. Meet Daddy Shark. The Great One. Discontinuity as well. Got him. Yay, Teferi team. Alright. Go get a blue. Drawing the Growth Spiral. Life is beautiful. Is too many basics for my taste, though. Like, the mana could definitely be awkward before all is said and done. Only 2 basics left in the deck. One goes to a Fable Passage, so then we have at least 1 dead Fable Passage when all is said and done. Mono Red! What the hell are you doing here? Okay. Cool. Like seeing a curve filling draw. That's what we need. Mono Red in the tank. I'm just gonna set you back. I'm just going right after you. Not the finest use of a Brazen Borrower ever. But I think you really want to light this stage. Maybe I'm wrong. They did play a land first. Blow up their own Dodger so I don't get a 3-1. Elite Gamer spotted. I think I love this play. And I mean I love this play.
I've got time.
Absolutely love it. What else you got? Soren's all-seeing eye didn't see that coming. What the heck just happened? It has Growth Spiral. We keep it. Really? We're doing this again? Although this time we have to do it on the draw, which is like about 10% more likely to lose the game. More than that, I think, actually. Because that's just Magic in general. When you look at it specifically in the context of mono red, I think it's about 10 times worse. Shock and another Dodger. At least they're revealing a bunch of pretty crappy cards. I mean, if they're going to be flying through their deck like that, at least they're penciled into these very mediocre plays for a few turns. We have to draw Shatter, though. Pretty bad. Teferi's never looked worse. Go ahead. Get that shock. Get every point. There you go. Do it again. I don't care. Uro's ready. Okay, another discontinuity. If we draw a land... Alright, full control mode, activate. Uro. Auto pay. Resolve. Trigger. Gain 3 life. Land. Submit. Pay 2. Before the sacrifice trigger resolves. Discontinuity. Your turn. Six life gaining beast acquired. Turn 3, by the way. What you got? Opponent has to touch all the cards. Chandra! What the hell are you doing here? Exile the top card. You may play it this turn. No. When I hit Chandra, then the opponent can deal the 5 damage to a player. Alright. Let's go. If I hit this land, it is disgusting, by the way. Here we go. Alright. We can Teferi bounce the other Dodger, but I think what I most want to do is just bounce this Chandra. Boing. Doesn't actually count as removing counters, and the opponent wants no more. No more of this abuse. Opponent, you don't know how easy you had it. If I had hit one more land, you were going to be in the discontinuity lock for 2 straight turns. Decent hand, no ramp, no wilderness reclamation, but a lot of interactive cards. Complete with Fabled Passage. Let's start with a Temple Garden, and then next turn we could no Shock Growth Spiral if we drew it. Monvuli Recluse. I guess the opponent would have to put something on the stack, right, to use this, so we'll let them make that decision. Back to the hand. They might just get to replay it, but they don't get the cap. Ooh, we get to Teferi bounce it. Yeah. Although the opponent probably just nisses us. Fun. But we gotta do this somehow.
I can move on or stand by. No, I am not making this up as I go.
Lots of shatter power. No anti-Nissa power. That's not Nissa. I feel better already. And no land drop. Wow.
I've got it.
So instant speed shatter, I think, is the play. We'll wait and let the opponent try to do the thing where they draw and get a kitty. We might also Shark Typhoon ambush this if it just goes into combat. It's not bad either. What do you know? It's Nissa.
Through this land, we are all connected. Behold, nature's true power.
No respect for the Shark Typhoon. We know that they were missing a land, too. They missed a land drop last turn. So hopefully blowing up their lands with these shatters
Trust me, I have a
is
plan.
really handy. So, if we're going to shatter this turn for sure, we should probably just play the tap land. I don't think we're going to have time to cycle it anytime soon. And we need to get the blue source on the field. I don't really want to make a shark and trade for the Nissa land. 4/4 shark could be a lot better. Who knows, we might even draw Reclamation. Yeah, they're in a weird bind. If they play a creature before combat and use the mana from untapping a forest, it can be shattered. Alright, they're going in with the burrow. Trying to draw those lands. Do they hit? I don't think they did. That's not a good look. And they're like, I guess this forest?
The land fights for us.
No more forest. I'm just gonna mana screw you. It's my new game plan against Nissa. It's gonna mana screw Nissa. They didn't draw the land again. This is unreal. You know they draw an, you know, like they play an obscene amount of land too. We have the discontinuity, but I really want to get a creature. Like if they make a land and attack and I Shark Typhoon it, that's so good, right? Oh my god, if they ultimate the Nissa and I discontinuity, new game plan. New maximum torture plan. No, not the ECD. Ah, that sucks. In that case, get him. Not my finest moment, I don't think, but let's draw a card.
I've got time.
Ooh, I should have played the Borrower, bounced it, then bounced the Nissa. That'd be special tactics. Actually, I'm not even sure I want to do that. Another one. For crying out loud. Alright, now it's time for the Typhoon to do the thing.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
Harness the elements.
Interesting. Let's do the Brazen Borrower then. We can also scry here if we want to. I think the Brazen Borrower attacking the Nissa though and preventing the ultimate's better, but let's start with the Growth Spiral. Another Shatter? Blow up another land? This is insane. Alright, Nissa is on 8. Alright, we'll use the Borrower. Another Teferi. Okay. Okay. so much fun.
Sorry I'm late. I'll protect you.
I have the mana to pay the ECD tax on the Shatter. I only have access to one green source. If they use it for anything double green, out of there. Gone. Blam. If they just attack with one land, I can make the shark and block it. Here it comes. Double green. They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it.
The land shall conquer.
They're gonna get back Uro. They're gonna go for Ugin. Ugin strong. Let's see, what's it do? -3, I guess. I guess we let the opponent commit to that. They don't need lands to beat me.
It's a journey, not a destination.
We do it now so that the Brazen Borrower is in exile, so we just have something in the graveyard. Borrower! Oh my gosh. This is about to go off. What do they have in the graveyard? They have some goodies. What if I just bounce their Nissa? They don't have green mana anymore. But the other big question is, like, how do I deal with the Ugin, right? Well, if they animate another land, and I make a big shark token, I can attack the Ugin. I think making the shark token's better. They played around the shark token before. Do they have the guts to do it again? And do they draw land now? I mean, they're definitely due to draw land. They didn't draw land. They didn't draw land. They might have drawn one from... No, they didn't. They just don't have it. Oh my goodness. Alright, animate the land.
Be wary of the ground you walk on.
Into the attack step. They can Ugin to exile this. Maybe that's not worth it. Now they bolt face. My turn.
Not ignore my draconic talons.
We have the Brazen Borrower for their shark, if that's what they have. Doesn't seem like it though. Ugin down. Ugin down.
Then this is my
Nissa bounce. Reclamation. End the turn. QQ. Resolve. Castle. Tamiyo. Okay. Oh my goodness. So Tamiyo can get back the Typhoon. Typhoon probably ends this thing pretty well. I can't believe how wrecked they got on land, but we sure did take advantage of it.
You would make an excellent informant for my study. The storied past holds our future.
Hit him. Alright. Scry. Can put those on the bottom. And we'll just resolve that. Let the opponent know there's a giant shark awaiting them. Off the top. It's not a green source. Alright, for a second there I thought that they were just going to hope I didn't make the shark, or that they had a Brazen Borrower. It looks like they're going to go in anyway. No, they're not. They're done. That game was stupid. That was ridiculous. That was absolutely ridiculous. It has no green source, but it has a borrower, and we don't have that many things that we can play on the draw to interact, so I'm keeping it. And we'll see if I just get mana screwed out. Nope. Found the green source, like a boss. Our opponent looking already on mono green Paradise Druid. Funky. Shatter the Sky's looking juicy though. We have to start playing white sources next turn, FYI. There's Yorvo. Let's just send Yorvo back where Yorvo came from. We have another opponent missing some mana. Oh, that's a draw. Oh, ooh, that's a draw.
You show remorse. Don't worry, I got this.
But green deck, all your creatures are in your hand. And they don't draw the land. Oh, it's so mean. It's so vicious.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
What's the right way to play the situation? We can shock and have Shatter open. And since they're low on mana, I would Shatter a Paradise Druid, so I think that's totally fine. Let Teferi die, but we have discontinuity next turn. Let's keep Teferi. Like I said, they're low on mana. I said I'd Shatter a Druid, I'll frickin' do it.
Trust me, I have a plan.
End step stop. Alright, Growth Spiral. Upkeep stop. Brazen Borrower, wow. Okay. So get this on the field. Play this. Play one of these. Resolve this, and I'm actually going to let them take their turn, because if they don't play a Questing Beast, I'll just bounce this and get the other borrower out. And then we start getting 6-point attacks with our discontinuity. Stop here, plus.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Could discontinuity this trigger, it's not worth it. Taking their turn is way better at this point. It's disgusting. Let's add a counter to the zone. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, we can go to end turn, put the trigger on the stack, QQ, float the mana, resolve that, put the counters on the zone, get it up to 3 so we can blow that Yorvo if we ever want to. Throw it to the opponent, except don't throw it to the opponent, take the turn from them. Like Nexus, but worse. Send that away now. Stops. Down to 8. Let's see what this Uro does. Growth Spiral. Decline. We'll use this to draw a card. They've seen enough. They have suffered enough pain. And we are back for the post-game wrap-up, and this deck is interesting. I don't know if it's finished. There's probably a few cards that you could tweak here and there, but the core of the deck feels like it's where it needs to be. Wilderness Reclamation, Tamiyo, Shark Typhoon, the discontinuity effects themselves, the Shatter the Skies to keep from dying, all of it makes a good amount of sense. If you, the Teferi to keep them locked out makes a good amount of sense. And I'm not sure what I would change, but if you, of course, have your card suggestions, you can leave them in the comments. So this is one more reminder for the Cool Kids Club for bonus CGB content. Check out CGB Gaming for my side of the battle with Alias. Check out Alias V's YouTube channel for her side of the battle. And it was a really good time. It mean a lot to me if you check it out. Leave a comment, say that CGB says hi. affirm that cool kids club status, because you out there, you're cool. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.